The Chagos Islands are a group of small islands in the Indian Ocean. They are a paradise with clear blue water and white sandy beaches. Portuguese explorers first found the islands in the 16th century. Back then, the islands were uninhabited. They were like hidden treasures in a vast ocean. The French were the first to settle on the Chagos Islands. They arrived in the 18th century and started plantations. These plantations grew coconuts, which were very valuable. To work on the plantations, the French brought enslaved Africans to the islands. The islands were far from their homes. Life on the plantations was hard. The enslaved Africans worked long hours in the hot sun. Over time, the enslaved Africans and their descendants made the Chagos Islands their home. They built a community and developed their own culture. In the early 1800s, Great Britain took control of the Chagos Islands. This happened after a war with France. The islands became part of the British Empire. Life changed for the people on the islands, but they remained their home. After World War II, the world entered a period called the Cold War. The United States and the Soviet Union became rivals. Both countries wanted to have military bases around the world. This is where the Chagos Islands, still a British territory, became important. The United States wanted to build a military base on Diego Garcia. It is the largest island in the Chagos Islands. To do this, they needed the Chagosian people to leave their homes. Between 1968 and 1973, the British government forced the Chagosians to leave the islands. The Chagosians were told they could not stay. They were forced onto ships and sent to Mauritius and the Seychelles. These islands were far from their homes. The Chagosians were not given a choice. They had to leave their homes and their lives behind. The forced removal of the Chagosians was a terrible injustice. They were treated unfairly and denied their basic human rights. Many Chagosians ended up in poverty. They struggled to rebuild their lives in unfamiliar places. For decades, the Chagosians fought for their right to return home. They wanted to go back to the islands they had been forced to leave. Their struggle gained international attention. People around the world learned about their story. In 2019, the International Court of Justice ruled that the British occupation of the Chagos Islands was unlawful. This was a major victory for the Chagosians. It gave them hope that they might one day return to their homeland. In a historic agreement reached in October 2024, the United Kingdom and Mauritius announced the return of the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. This agreement followed years of negotiations and international pressure. It marked a significant step towards righting the wrongs of the past. However, the agreement does not include the immediate return of the Chagosian people to their homeland. The future of Diego Garcia, which remains a US military base, is still uncertain. The Chagosians are determined to keep fighting for their right to return to all of the Chagos Islands, including Diego Garcia. They continue to demand recognition, justice, and a chance to rebuild their lives on the islands they call home. The story of the Chagos Islands is a reminder that even in paradise, injustice can occur. It is a story of resilience and the enduring human spirit in the face of adversity. The fight of the Chagosian people is a testament to the importance of human rights, self-determination, and the fight for justice, no matter how long it takes.